States, Their Excellencies, the ambassadors of the member states, Director General of the African Regional Intellectual Property Organization, ARIPO, the Chairman, Board of Directors, Uganda Registration Services Bureau, the Registrar General, Uganda Registration Services Bureau, honorable members of Parliament, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I welcome all the distinguished representatives here from the African Regional Industrial Property Organization, ARIPO member states to Uganda. I wish you a wonderful stay in Uganda as you attend this important conference on the adoption of the ARIPO Protocol on voluntary notification of copyrights and related rights. The African continent is home to some of the world's greatest cultures, traditions, and original compositions of a diverse nature. We have a very rich heritage which is manifested in our music and musical instruments, dances, oral literature, sports, medicines, pottery, sculptures, paintings, traditional ceremonies, etc. I don't see science here. Is science part of this? Or you are only to deal with dances only? Where does scientific innovation come? Is it part of this? You tell me, somebody.
Scientific innovations are also protected under the copyright system, the patent system, the trademark system, the geographical indication system.
This is part of this?
Yes, it is all intellectual property, Your Excellency.
Very good.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency.
I thought you were only going to deal with dances and so on. If you had to do that, I would boycott the meeting. You see, I've been telling my people that Africa did not lag behind because we lacked dancers and music. We had those in plenty, but we lagged behind in science and technology. So whatever we do, please, science must be at the core of whatever we are doing. While civilization started in Africa, the biggest problem was that it was never institutionalized and regulated. It remained an individual tribal skill. The African chiefs and kings, who were the rulers of the African states before the conquest of Africa by the imperialists, failed to protect and preserve our rich heritage. They were consumed with tribal rivalry among themselves instead of consolidating and safeguarding Africa's unique cultural treasures and scientific achievements. The evils of the slave trade and colonialism caused a huge disruption of Africa's cultural development. Our social fabric was severely torn apart, causing great loss of confidence in our creations and innovations. That inferiority complex created among the Africans by the foreigners is a big problem. And in order for Africa to stand up, you must always preach against inferiority complex. Therefore, both Africa's art and science were stagnated. In some areas, it was completely wiped out and replaced by European technology, beliefs, systems, and practices. I keep telling my people here that you see me here, I'm now going to be 77 years old in September. But I don't eat any European food, any Indian food, no. I only eat African food. And it's very good food. But you can imagine people have abandoned African food they are eating. I don't eat bread. That bread is, when I come to your countries, don't bring me bread, please. Because I'm not a European, why should I eat bread? I eat our foods here. And they are much richer. The science, if you have got doctors among you, they will tell you that our foods here are the richest in the world in terms of food values, in terms of carbohydrates, proteins, iron. One of the cereals, millet, has got all three together: carbohydrate, protein, iron in one cereal. Africa has tremendous cultural and technological potential, which can be greatly enhanced through copyright protection. In this corona, our scientists, many of whom are from the traditional societies but got modern education, have been able to bring those traditional knowledge and bring it to our attention, and it seems to be working. We are still compiling the data, but it seems they may make a very big contribution to the pathogenic industry, the industry of dealing with diseases. The globalization of the world economy has made knowledge a critical element in attaining socio-economic transformation. But the majority of African countries have not exploited the benefits that intellectual property rights offer to its users, despite considerable improvements to existing knowledge and options for protecting knowledge. In the early years when we had come into government, I remember there was a professor from Makerere, Serunjoji. He was doing a research in Enkamio. If you have got fresh milk, the Europeans don't have enough words. They say, you want to convert it to sour milk. That's not, we don't call it sour milk. It's not sour milk, it is amakamo. We want to go from amashunu to amakamo. We have the words in our languages. But anyway, the English don't have the word, so they say fresh milk. They don't even have word for fresh milk. They say, fresh milk to sour. That bacteria those bacteria which we use here are more efficient than what they use in Europe. Why? Because our bacteria here did not need heat. You didn't have to warm it. It can convert milk from fresh to what they call sour, to yogurt without heat. So he came and did the research in the villages. I helped him. I don't know what he did with our, what did Dr. Serunjeju do with our patent? Kaino bwisho. Umushoja kakitahi kintu kitu. You are going to check?
Yes, we are going to check our database, Your Excellency.
It is Encamio. Our bacteria which does the conversion.
Much obliged.
Research in traditional medicine is particularly important in Africa, making good use of our naturally and richly endowed environment. Because you see, what is amazing is that all human beings started here in Africa 4.5 million years ago. There were no other human beings in other parts of the world. All those people you see, Europeans, Chinese, what? All those are former Africans. They all started here. So people who have been here for 4.5 million years have got a lot of knowledge. But the mistake was, in the colonial times, to suppress that knowledge. I grew up to the age of 8. I had never used medicine of the hospitals. I was using our medicine, and I'm here. So please, here in Uganda, at least people have woken up. They are really taking advantage of our heritage. Research into traditional medicine is particularly important in Africa in making good use of our naturally and richly endowed environment. Countries in Africa, Asia, and Latin America use traditional medicine to help meet some of their primary health care needs. The age-old cures that kept our forefathers disease-free must be given enough attention so to improve on them and preserve their use. One of our products, Covidex, which one of our people brought out recently, has been tried among some COVID patients, and most of them have fully recovered. Although the economic philosophy behind copyright protection is to encourage individual effort, there is still limited awareness of its importance. As a result, the rights holders do not profitably gain from their innovations. Therefore, this conference will help the ARIPO member states to build a positive attitude towards copyrights, appreciate the benefits of copyright protection, and develop stringent enforcement mechanisms to protect intellectual property to aid sustainable growth of creative industries in Africa. 2 points. We were having a debate here among our scientists. A scientist either brings forward an indigenous traditionally used product and brings it to our modern knowledge by using the facilities of the universities here. Then a debate starts. That product does not belong to this individual, it belongs to the university because we used our laboratory. I have been engaged in that debate, and I have supported the scientists. The scientist, the one who brings it out, should be the one to take priority. And then you can add the others, the university, the what. Because if the laboratory had stayed there without somebody using it, how would we have benefited? The initiator must be the primary actor. That's one point which I think when we are dealing with these issues of who did what, for me that would be my recommendation. The Soviet Union was a backward country when the communists came to power in 1917. They did not have a strong private sector. But they started having some good scientists, people with knowledge but without money. I don't know how they did it in detail, but it seemed they were encouraged by the state. And as part of encouraging them, they would name the product after the scientist. When you hear these Russian planes, for instance, MiG-21, MiG-29, those are abbreviations of the scientists who designed those planes. Mikoyan Gurevich, MiG. The rifle which is all over the world, Kalashnikov, that was the name of the person, Sergeant Mikhail Kalashnikov, the one who designed that rifle. The one, Sukhov, the planes. So my opinion is that the scientist who takes the lead must be recognized. But secondly, some of these products are indigenous. Like the song they said I am the one who composed it. No, I didn't compose it. We used to sing it as children. We used to recite those poems as children, play rhythms. But these people in Kampala here, drunk with intoxicated with foreign ideas, they had never heard of those indigenous things. So I brought it up. Because I went to a conference that they are rapping. I said, what is rapping? But we have got our own indigenous rapping. So I said, may I show you how to rap in the indigenous way? They said, oh yes. Then I recited it for them. They were playing it when I came. But now the question is, who takes the copyright? I don't know how you resolve it. You will tell me how you have, because really this is not my song or my poem. It is the poem of the community, but which I brought forward to a bigger audience that was not aware. So, how do you resolve that? You have to resolve it. Maybe the president can tell me how you're going to resolve it. Where's the president of the ARIPO? Tell me, please, how do I resolve it?